solemnly swear.
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
Support the Constitution of the United States.
the Constitution of the State of Minnesota,
The Constitution of the State of Minnesota.
and I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Mayor of the City of Forest Lake, Minnesota,
Office of Forest Lake, Minnesota.
to the best of my judgment and ability,
To the best of my judgment and ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Councilmember Valento. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Hannah Valento, do solemnly swear
I, Hannah Valento, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Minnesota,
the Constitution of the State of Minnesota,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of City Council
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of City Council
of the City of Forest Lake, Minnesota,
of the City of Forest Lake, Minnesota,
to the best of my judgment and ability,
to the best of my judgment and ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations. I, Jeff Larson, do solemnly swear
I, Jeff Larson, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Minnesota,
the Constitution of the State of Minnesota,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of City Council
that I will faithfully discharge the duties of City Council
of the City of Forest Lake, Minnesota,
of the City of Forest Lake, Minnesota,
to the best of my judgment and ability,
to the best of my judgment and ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Sure, yeah.
So we're just going to take a couple minutes and take some family pictures, and then we'll get the meeting started right away. I know that there's a big day tonight, but I would like you just to stick around if you have time to do the acknowledgements for outgoing council members.
I guess we have to.
Yeah.
There we go.
Everybody's welcome.
All right, 3, 2, 1, guys.
We gotta get rid of this microphone, Mara. This is- All right, it is 7:06. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Jolene, can we get a roll call?
Councilmember Erickson is absent this evening. Councilmember Larson,
Present.
Councilmember Valento. Here. And Mayor Roberts.
Here. If everyone would join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. Right. Is there a motion to approve tonight's agenda?
So moved.
Second? I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'd
Opposed?
like to abstain for certain agenda items, or on a consent agenda.
Yeah, so we'll approve that once we get to that.
Very
So,
good.
Yeah. So,
I approve.
all right. Motion carries. This might be a little clunky here for a while, so it's gonna be, I'll never be as good as Mara Bates, so.
Smooth the process.
But we'll get there. So, with that said, we're going to do an acknowledgement of our outgoing officials. One, former Mayor Mara Bain. So Mara, if you would come up here, I'll meet you up there. Yeah, I'll be here. Yeah, Mara, come up. No, it's good. I don't have. Well, I had some notes, but I'm gonna.
Wing it.
Otherwise, we don't have to put our phones on silent.
So, Mara, on behalf of the city of Forest Lake, we'd like to thank you for your dedicated service to the city from 2007 to 2024. Your unwavering commitment and dedication has left an enduring legacy. With deepest appreciation and gratitude from the residents, elected officials, and staff of the city of Forest Lake. I'd like to just add a couple things. So, as you know, Mara came out of the scene when we needed to save our police department. And from there, she found a love for this community and brought us to the level to where we're at right now. You can do a number of things you've done, led us through a pandemic. And you want to really lead an organization through a pandemic, it's not easy. She did an amazing job. We are financially in the best situation the city's been in for years. You made the comment at the last official meeting about making those hard decisions. She made those hard decisions. She set this council up to moving forward to do great things for Forest Lake. We cannot thank you enough.
I did prepare remarks for this evening, and if you watch our last city council meeting when we passed our levy, I absolutely just blubbered my way through my remarks, and so I will save you all the waterworks for this evening. But just want to say, I leave knowing that this council is in very good shape. I'm very excited for the council that we have elected, Blake in his position as mayor. We have a new city administrator who's going to help us do amazing things. We have great staff. We have great community support. This community trusts its city, and trusting its city is just a foundational piece that we were lacking, and we are no longer there. Again, I will save you the waterworks, but thank you all for the honor of a lifetime. I am just immensely humbled. Thank you.
We had one other council member, Councilmember Husnick, who served 8 years on the city council. But not only that, 30 years in the community giving back, but different Valento, going back to the township, airport commission, planning commission, and many other organizations like the Legion. So he was unable to attend tonight, but we want to acknowledge that, and I'm going to ask Councilmember Valento to come down and say a few words.
So I just want to acknowledge Sam and Valento with his years of service for us, like city council and the city as a whole. In our community, he served for 8 years, he was liaison for the airport commission, for the school board, and several other positions. And what I'm going to miss personally is just his historical perspective and knowledge of the city that he brought to city council. I know it helped me and it helped all of us and the staff. And I know he was always an advocate for staff, and I think that will be greatly missed. And he was just, staff always knew him, he always came in, and he was just a happy face to be around. And for me, he'll just be a phone call away, and I'll always be there. And I'm happy to say that I made a friend of the city council, and I think we're all going to be friends. So it's been a great experience, and Sam really helped with that, and he will be missed.
Mine's relatively short. Being relatively new to the community, I met Sam through the Legion. We became very good friends, and he's involved in a lot of the city functions and things like that. He kind of mentored me a little bit to get started. So I started my position as a DDA commissioner and also on the planning commission. Whenever I had a question on anything or what helped any grant, I could always count on Sam. Kind of gave me some education or guidance. So I just like to say thank you to him for all the support, his guidance, his friendship, and again, all of what he's done for the city. So thank you, Sam.
All right, so we do have a light agenda tonight, which actually works out well with the big football game. So next item is open forum. This opportunity for anyone to get up and speak. State your address, your name, and anything you have on your mind this evening. Is there anyone else that would like to speak this evening? Great.
It is also a great opportunity if anyone is wishing to leave for the evening. Now is a great opportunity.
Yes, if you, yes.
There's your cue.
Am I abstaining then from that?
What I'm gonna do is I'm just
Okay. Okay. So I don't have to say nothing.
all right, we'll just give it a couple more minutes here, or a couple minutes or two. All right, so I am going to make a motion to approve the consent agenda, A, and then G through Q. Is there a second?
I'll second it, sir.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Then I'll make another motion here to table consent agenda items B through E for our meeting on January 27th. Second?
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. All right, so normal or regular agenda. Here is council vacancy. Jolene, I think you're going to walk us through this.
Thank you, Your Honor. Give me just a moment here. Okay, thank you. With the general election that occurred on November 5th, 2024, and Mayor Roberts coming into office this evening as our new mayor, that leaves a vacancy on our city council. We're a statutory plan A city with a weak mayor model, which means that we have a city council of 5 members, including the mayor. So in order to fulfill that 5th council member, we're going to ask that city council tonight move to declare a vacancy so that we can fill that seat. Under the law, as it reads, we are not required to hold a special election because there's less than 2 years in Mayor Roberts' former council term. So the council is going to have a couple options to consider tonight after declaring a vacancy. There's a number of different ways that an appointment can be made to fill this vacancy. I've outlined a couple of them in the staff report. Typically, those options include appointing a candidate from the previous election with the highest number of vote totals, or more commonly, soliciting applications from interested residents. That would follow by council interviews of those residents, and then an appointment by the council of one person to fill that vacancy. So I'd like to turn it over for council for discussion, but tonight I'm looking for 2 actions. A motion to formally declare a vacancy on the council, and then direction from council on how to fill that vacancy so that staff can start to get to work on that.
All right, well, I think the first part's a easy thing. So is this something I should make a motion for, since my seat doesn't matter?
You certainly can make a motion.
Okay, well, I'm looking for a motion to vacate the current seat of my current city council seat.
I'll make a motion declaring a council vacancy.
A second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carries. Then the filling of the vacancy. I don't know if council has any thoughts on this, how you'd like to proceed on this, as Jolene laid out a couple different options. I'm open to.
I think it'd be good to ask, maybe open it up for application. After we get somebody, hold the application open for 5 days or however, close the application process. Bring that before the council to pick however many people that we're going to interview possibly, and go from there. That sounds like
I'd prefer to solicit for applicants and then do an interview as well. I know the city has historically done that. Right before I served on council, I know that's what happened with Mara's seat when Paul Gerard came in, so I know it's a historical, it's just what the city council has done historically. And then I would be curious for how long, if anyone knows, like what a typical posting period is for either the city or just cities in general.
I haven't really looked into a typical posting period. I was going to suggest that we keep it open. We post an application tomorrow and then leave that open through the 20th, which would be, I'm sorry, the 22nd, I believe, is next Wednesday. So that would give us about 9 days of posting. That'll give us time to advertise on our website, put it out on Facebook, spread the word, and hopefully garner some interest from residents and get some applications. That would also give me time to gather those applications, ensure that those applicants meet the residency requirements, forward them on to council for consideration. So then perhaps at the 27th meeting, council can make a decision on narrowing down the applicants for an interview process.
That sounds good to me.
that's agreeable.
I think just for transparency, I think that is the best way to do this. we might have some great people out there that are interested in this position. And so just to put that out there for that window that we talked about. And then basically on the 27th, we would come, if we have more than 3, the thought would be to have an interview of full council of 3 candidates. And then at that point, we would make a decision. I think it's the February 10th meeting.
Correct.
And then we would have that person seated on that evening. So is that, we need a motion for that then?
I don't think we need a motion for that. That was clear enough direction.
Okay, all right, great. All right, the next item, 8B, City Attorney Services, and Jolene, you're going to take that as well.
I will, thank you. Amanda Johnson, who has served our city well with through her work with Levander, Gillen, and Miller, has decided to expand her horizons and take on a new role at Eckberg Lammers. Because of this, we have the opportunity to either continue our services with Levander, Gillen, and Miller and transition our city attorney to Corey Land, or we can go a different route and transition over to Eckberg and Lammers, where we would continue with Amanda as our city attorney. Council knows Amanda has served the city incredibly well during her time with us, especially in this last year. So I'd just like to turn it over to council. In your packet, there is the Eckberg Lammers proposal, also the Levander, Gillen, and Miller rate increase notice that was provided to us earlier in the year, and their transition letter, which outlines their plan should council decide to stick with Levander, Gillen, and Miller. I would like to note that Eckberg and Lammers has agreed to meet the rates proposed by Levander, Gillen, and Miller for this next year, which is a considerable savings for the city.
Council, thoughts on this?
I'll go first.
Go
Since
ahead.
Jeff,
I'm the newbie.
You're new. But I have enjoyed Amanda's service for city council, especially with us searching for a city administrator for the last year. I think the last year for me is the most notable, just because of the as most people know, the search for city administrator was a difficult one, and that with all of that, just Amanda was great in navigating, I think, the city council and the city in general through all of that. And just the open communication was super helpful. And I mean, besides that, the work has been great, and I've truly enjoyed Amanda, and I've heard no complaints. So, so I would prefer to go with the Eckberg and Lammers proposal.
I'd have to echo the same thing as Hannah said. In just my 10 years that I've had with the EDA and the Planning Commission and working with her and on the boards and different things, and the city administrator search brought a lot to the table for us. The firm that she's going to, I have experience with through my past employment and stuff like that, and I think they bring a lot to the table. They have a lot of experienced attorneys in different fields, so I think it'd be a win-win for the city. So I'd highly recommend going with Eckberg, Lammers, and Amanda as well.
Yeah, I would echo all that as well. I mean, clearly in this last year here with the city administrator search, she has really stepped up. I honestly don't know where we would be without her through this whole process. And my experience with Amanda Johnson is that she really has the best interest of the city. This isn't about a paycheck. I mean, she really cares about the city just as much as anyone else up here. So I would recommend that we do go with Amanda to her new firm. And can I get a motion on something like that?
I'd make a motion that we continue with Amanda Johnson and joining the Eckberg Lammers firm.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
All right. Next item is 2025 liaison appointments. We have a number of appointments that are connected to our boards and commissions. Typically, each of us council members are paired up with one of the boards of commissions, and so I've made some recommendations, but first, before that, we do also need to appoint the acting mayor. The acting mayor is in place in the times when I'm not able to be here, and so I am recommending that we go with Councilmember Valento for acting mayor. All one motion?
You can do it in one motion, you can do it in two separate motions,
Okay,
whatever your
all right.
preference is.
Okay, so let's do it all in one motion. So, and then the following I have for commission liaison members. Airport Commission would be myself. EDA would be Leif Erickson and myself. Cable Commission, Hannah Valento. Fire Board, Jeff Anderson and myself. Larson, I'm sorry. Parks Board, Hannah Valento. Planning Commission, Jeff Larson. Watershed District, Leif Erickson, and School Board, Hannah Valento. So some of these are a little grouped up or have more responsibilities than we will hopefully once we get someone seated, and we'll reshuffle the deck a little bit. But at this point, I am making a motion to recommend the following to these commissions as liaisons. Got any second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Right, so last two items here, we have a couple of donations. I am going to make a motion that we accept with gratitude Resolution 01132503, accepting donations for the 2024 bridge lighting. And with that, I want to just mention, I'll notice the people that actually donated to that. Jesse Johnson, State Farm Insurance, Mara and Jason Bain, Leif and Chelsea Erickson, A1 Auto, Olson Sewer Service, Gone Companies, Security State Bank of Marine, Forest Lake Ford, Wendy Richley, the Lions Club of Forest Lake, Johnson and Turner Legal, Lakes Floral Gift and Garden, Roberts Family Funeral Home, Fred's Wholesale Tire, and Twin City Dock. Do I have a second?
I'll second it, sir.
All those in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We have one last donation. So I am making a motion to accept with gratitude Resolution 01132504, accepting donation from Community Helping Hand for Shop with a Cop for 2024. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, so we are going through this pretty quickly, so we can get out of here on time. We might make it by the second quarter. So just staff updates. Jolene?
Really quick this evening, just wanted to confirm, Mark Stotts will be starting with us on February 18th. I am very excited for him to come on board. We're starting to prepare and get him ready so that he can jump in with both feet on the 18th. Additionally, City Hall is going to be closed on Monday, January 20th. It's Martin Luther King Day, so that means that our council workshop will be held on Tuesday, the 21st. So make note of that.
All right, great, thanks. Dave?
I just have 15, 20 updates. The biggest update I have is most people probably know Lakeside launch has been barricaded off. We're trying to let four-wheelers and UTVs through, but we're just trying to let it freeze up. We have pretty much an event every weekend, starting not this weekend, but the next, for the next like 5 weekends. So we want to make sure that after we knock down that ice eve, that it freezes solid. So if you get calls and complaints, we're doing it, more for the events that are coming up versus trying to let people on. There's multiple other accesses that people can find, but that's going to be the main access for all these events. So that is the reason behind it and why we're trying to let that firm up and let all our events go off. So that's just my only update.
Thanks for getting on that on a timely matter. That was great. Chief Peterson?
No updates.
Ryan, you think?
Mayor Roberts, City Council, no updates tonight.
Thank you. And Amanda, anything from you? And we'll just start. Jeff, do you have anything to mention on tonight?
I'd just like to say I'm thankful for my community and the council for giving me a chance, and I hope to look forward to doing good things here and working with everybody. So thank you.
I'll just echo what Jeff said, and and I look forward to the new city council. I think it'll be interesting and hopefully fun. Let's just think of it as being optimistic, especially with Mark Stotts coming on. And I'm gonna have to keep remembering how you say his last name. He said it's Stotts, like dots. And so, yeah, I'm just optimistic for the new year, for the new city council, and I think it'll be really good.
Yeah, I would just echo the same. This is a great opportunity. We don't take this lightly. I'm really excited for the next 2 years and what we can do. As I mentioned earlier, Mara really did put us in a good position to make and do really great things. And so those hard decisions that she really wanted us to do, and when we were in agreement in most cases, is going to pay us well going forward. So I'd like to thank her for that. I'm excited for the future. I would like to thank everyone that came earlier, my family and friends. I need to say hi to my parents that are watching from Florida. So thanks, Mom and Dad, for watching from afar. And Commissioner Miron, thank you for attending this evening. Appreciate it. If there is nothing else, I would make a motion to adjourn.
So move, sir.
Second?
I'll second.
Favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion. Meeting adjourned.